Hi Ryan, here I am at SCAD for the digital media tour, and I am going to video some things and take some pictures for you to see. Okay, hope you're doing good. Talk to you soon. Bye. And here's where we've eaten a few times. This is the new section of SCAD. This was all under construction last time, if I remember right.
Rayanne, I'm Art Moore, the Dean of Student Success. Can't wait for you to arrive and anything I can do to help you out. Mom has my email, she also has my telephone number, and we look forward to you matriculating to SCAD and being in our animation program. See you soon.
Thank you, Art.
All of these classes are interior design.
Videoing as we go.
I'm looking for Amanda.
I know, this is like, I don't know what we're using.
This room here is actually just created. Our entire interior design floor has been renovated over the past couple of weeks. This is our interior design materials resource lab. We have samples locked away in all of these cabinets, and the idea of this room is that students can pull out the samples. You'll see there are all different tiles here, different light sources, so they can see how the sample looks in each light setting. Oh, hi.
Hey.
And this is Amanda. She is our Director of Community.
From summer break.
This is triple the size of when we saw it last year.
A good kind of surprise.
So the kids that came back this fall got a big surprise.
Part of passion of the other I stumbled into it too.
Did you really? That's why I'm not interested.
Before you take that leap. It's a big leap.
It's a big leap.
Easy fresh. Yeah. So you know, obviously, you know, we're going to student seat of justice here.
Okay, Rayanne, this is Sarah Smith, and she's going to talk to you a little bit. She's here in admissions.
Hi, Marianne. We actually spoke earlier this week. You had a question about the enrollment fee, and I gave you a call back. Robin Benson is your advisor, but I am her supervisor, so I was able to meet with your aunt today, and we talked through a lot of different options. We first talked about your acceptance, so congratulations. I also let her know you received a nice academic scholarship because you are an amazing student academically, which is great. We also spoke about the resume and portfolio that we'd love to see so that we can look at you for additional scholarships as well. I know that you have been working on a lot of pieces for your portfolio. Take your time. Make sure you keep in mind that It should not be an overwhelming process. Just go through the steps one by one. And if you have questions, you can always call us if you're going through it and are really struggling. You can always call us and we can help walk you through it. So we don't want it to be too overwhelming for you, but I know that you have a lot of help kind of helping you put together your portfolio. So we're excited to see it here. But we're excited to have you come to SCAD, and we're so excited that you sent someone to also view the Digital Media Center and everything that's going on there that's been updated. It looks beautiful. So we're excited to have you start here in the fall. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
And also,
Kenneth's favorite. Sorry, what?
this is Greg, and he used to work at Disney?
Yes, yeah, for
Okay,
10
he's gonna-
years.
For 10 years, he's going to tell you some things, Ryan.
Keep a sketchbook, even though you don't see them do 2D animation anymore. You want to constantly learn to draw and observe things. It's the most important thing you can do, because those same skills, if you want to be an animator, will translate over to 3D animation, which they're doing now. And they are hiring animators for 3D with the skill set of 2D. That's very important, because they use 2D still in the process of animation to plan out their shots.
This is at Disney.
Yes, definitely. And at DreamWorks and at Blue Sky as well.
Okay, DreamWorks.
So drawing is still important, and it just builds a lot of different skill sets, mostly observation, which will help you in other disciplines too, like rigging and modeling. Okay? That's the one thing I could tell you to do the best.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Greg.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Can work with the students because it's animating assets. Cameras or lighting equipment.
Checkout. Okay. Lighting. Okay. Cameras and lighting. Okay. Rayanne, this is Carmen. She's my tour guide here. Okay, she's going to tell you some things.
Hi, my name is Carmen Taylor. I'm the Dean's Assistant for Digital Media, which is animation, visual effects, motion media, game design, and television producing. On this portion of the tour, we're on the second level, which is a brand new build out for SCAD. It's a beautiful facility. I can't wait for you to see it. In the background, you're going to see a lot of information for film and television, as well as visual effects and motion media. One of the highlights of this floor is the Studio B, which is straight ahead. This is our second studio for the facility. The first is on the third floor. This is a larger studio that also has a freight elevator for people to bring in cars for real-world professional films. I'm letting you know all this. I know it doesn't specifically relate to animation per se, but all of our majors almost always collaboratively work together on projects for competitions and just portfolio building exercises. I'll give you an example. The other year we have an annual competition that's called 24-Hour Generate, and we had animators, motion media design students, as well as visual effects students teaming together to both design a character, give it life, give it motion, and do all of this within 24 hours, which is quite a daunting task. We had many teams score at the top, and many students, because of these collaborative efforts, score impressive internships right away because we had companies here watching the entire competition. So I just wanted to let you know, even though you may not be intimately involved in these other areas, at some point you will have an opportunity to work with these other students, and in addition to that, be able to build your portfolio based on the type of projects you choose to be involved with. So I hope this information is helpful, and if at any time you have any questions when you visit the facility, my office is in this building in room 319 on the 3rd floor. It's nice to meet you.
Thanks, Carmen.
My pleasure.
This is his mom.
So this is what we call Studio B. It's a second studio. There's a green screen downstairs as well. But just looking at a green screen is not that exciting, so we have motion media in here projecting. This is Physics work students being projected over here. So students are able to shoot in here, and also sometimes we have lectures, things like that with the projection.
So actually, eventually you'll see different kinds of work, but it involves a combination of film and animation, graphic design in motion, and then also a little bit of visual effects as well. So we kind of combine all of the departments in our work. And so you see that across the board. Like we have 3D motion graphics, which Christina teaches in her class. So we're kind of like the jack of all trades. We do everything, but not just one thing. For animations, we don't teach students how to tell stories, linear stories with characters. That's the animation.
This is more visual and almost physical motion.
Yeah, so it's more motion media. The media, it could be wider than just television screen. It can be a cell phone. It could be a billboard. It could be on a silver screen. So the media is kind of a cross media, transmedia. But then the motion is literally anything that moves. It's time-based media. So it could be a character you see in here. They're actually characters running around. And in fact, this is a fun piece. This is the same student who made the last piece, which is kind of surprising. It's like so opposite style-wise, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And did you say 4D?
Cinema 4D, yeah, is the we don't use Maya as much as the animation students do. So Maya is the animation industry standard. We use Cinema 4D, which is the motion media, because it's a quicker pipeline. There are less buttons to push to get similar effects.
These days. But most of these pieces here are done in software called Houdini. Not this one. This is actually Models and Miniatures, which is a class that we run that's unique to the Atlanta campus, and it takes place over in the Sculpture Garden. Because people tend to think everything's digital these days, but so much of it is still models and miniatures. So that's the foreground is the miniature with the truck, and then the background is just a plate. And did you see the movie Inception?
No, but I've heard of it.
Okay. A lot of that you would think is digital 3D is actually still models and miniatures. And The Hobbit, anytime you see like Gandalf with the dwarfs around the table, that's all models and miniatures. They're on two different sets, and they do what's called forced perspective, and the camera match moves, and then they combine the shots to make it look like Gandalf is gigantic and the dwarfs are tiny. So it's not all digital yet, and that's what we try to teach our students, that you still need to have the hands-on and the practical knowledge as well.
And try and bring it alive and make it more meaningful. And we use old techniques too, and it's very interesting because we teach also analog techniques too, not just digital, but also how to use cameras, and also how to build real things, film those, mix them with the digital. We composite as well, but at a different level, I guess. We work quicker as well to take electives and take classes across other departments.
This is an animation
that way they learn
student.
Different, new skills, so they can take old skills.
This class.
We get really interesting results.
Hello
And one more piece of fun fact. In our sound design room, we have what's called a Foley room. So for instance, in your animations, if you're trying to recreate sounds of the street and the city or whatnot for your different animation films, you can use this room to recreate all of those noises. You're looking at pits of different things to recreate sounds.
Yes, okay, Ray, and this is a sound studio. This is cool.
Yes.
Follow me on down this.
Basically what we're doing is, what we do here is either add sound to picture, or add music to it in the post-production concept, or add it relative to sound effects for picture to match to animation or visual effects. The Foley room adds it relative to live. You put the sound in real time, and that saves a lot of money and time for us in post-production.
And of course your seamstress aunt here is noticing how these walls were made. And look at this, Ray, and this is so cool. This is how they said this helps with the sound,
It does,
right?
it does. I would love it to be twice as thick. You know that it's harder to sew, but it's fatter. But it does. It creates a great resonance in the room. So the room adds its own characteristic.
Yes, and the color, I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, anytime.